You know what's having a moment right now? Godzilla.
Yeah.
People cannot get enough Godzilla. We had a Godzilla movie not at that many years ago, not that many, and now we have a series and a movie.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. Keep those Godzillas on there. I love it.
Yeah. I can't get enough of Godzilla.
Ah! That's a very good model of Godzilla.
I know, it's gigantic.
It's a good
I love
one.
Godzilla. And the thing is, I think Godzilla is super cute. He has a very cute face. I'm never scared of Godzilla because I know he's on the right side of things, even when he's destroying the world.
Well, Godzilla Minus One is a teaser we did a little while back for this is a Toho production, Japanese production that's coming opening November 29th here in the LA area and hopefully worldwide. So it's kind of fun to be able to go see that on the big screen.
Toho.
And it's we've, like I said, the teaser kind of hinted about what the show is about. It's actually goes back to the 40s, post World War II Japan, and of course the devastation of the atomic bombs and everything else. And that sort of goes back to the original Inuyashira Honda film from 1954. Right. It was all about this world, this post-atomic world, and what can happen.
It's a symbolic representation of the nuclear war and nuclear power and all that. And
that's right.
What
also is really important. It's also super important. Not only Godzilla, super important is like, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and join our Discord channel, and join our membership.
Yeah.
We're really starting to crank up the content in our members only, and we're starting to get back into the whole members thing, so be sure and subscribe.
There's a lot. There's all that. There's also that we do our reviews of films that we don't do all together. So there's a lot of extra content there, and please consider doing it. Keeps the lights on. Keeps Cinemondo rocking and rolling. So
and the Discord channel is very fun. We're just getting it started, so you get a lot more like personal attention. So make sure you jump in there.
Yeah,
nice.
Excellent.
Okay, commercial over now. Godzilla.
Now, have we talked about what the title really refers to? Godzilla Minus One. Does anybody have an idea?
I don't know if we talked about that.
Do we know what that's about? I don't. I mean, I'm just asking as a, totally like, I don't get it.
Yeah, you've blindsided us, Mark. I don't know. I think they're kind of.
It's interesting. It's an interesting title. Unless in Japanese it means something completely different. And it's a weird translation.
Well, they're saying I have. Go ahead.
The last Japanese Godzilla film was the Shin Godzilla film, which I absolutely loved. And it was the Toho, it's Toho, very Japanese, very, very in that style of the stuff that we all love about the kaiju movies. And, Kathy mentioned that she was in Tokyo not too long ago. And I remember when I was in Tokyo, one of the things near the Shibuya crossing, the big crossing there, if you walk around, there's the Toho Theater. And I remember like almost sacred ground there.
So the explanation I see, and this I saw this in a couple places, they're saying during World War II, Japanese's economic status has been reduced to zero. And when Godzilla shows up, he basically plunges them into a -1 situation.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's economics, I guess, which is super boring. But
it has something to do with GDP.
I think it's also defenses. Like basically, they've been wiped out. They have no defense. When Godzilla comes in, they can't even fight this monster. They're like,
right?
Yeah, they have nothing to use against it. Even though what they should do is feed him and treat him nicely. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, turn him into an ally, and then they could win the war.
Right.
Exactly.
An army of Godzillas.
Yeah, you only need one, really.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's check out the new trailer for Godzilla.
This is official trailer 2.
Love it. Okay. I'm ready.
-1 trailer 2.
Okay.
Ready?
That's very confusing.
I love that logo.
Wow.
我々しかこの国の未来を切り開くことはできないんです。
0.
あの怪物の生態は未知のことが多すぎて。
Wow.
I don't like seeing Godzilla get hurt.
I think he's gonna be fine though.
I don't like it. Oh shit!
There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
Godzilla Minus One.
Oh shit! Wow.
All right, that looks pretty totally
when you
old.
Stunning.
Yeah, when you see a destroyer ship, flying through the air
Yeah.
like a little Lego toy or something, it's
But I think so ironic. Like I see Godzilla, and we know just some years of Godzilla that he is actually nature fighting back. Like
Right.
he's trying to tell people stop treating the planet this way. That's basically why he's here, technically.
Yeah.
Sort of.
He's
And
the planet's response.
Yeah. Because we're fighting each other and creating all these terrible weapons, he's here to like teach us a lesson. So whenever I see like, I want to protect her, I want to make the world, and it shows him destroying the city, and we're supposed to care about everyone in the background, you're like, that's what you're doing to the planet, though. You're destroying yourself. Like Godzilla is basically you personified. Humans are we're destroying ourselves, technically. So I see it as kind of symbolic of that, because he's here to go, stop already, stop the violence, stop the.
But you have the individuals doing that are good people, and
Yeah,
that's
they're
always
trying,
the point too. It's like this guy and his daughter are not the military industrial complex. They're
Right.
not the aggressors or the
like the Godzilla trying to
the
help.
attackers
Well, that's
or
that's
whatever.
that's the real drama is between the military and the government and like regular people that are like, hey, listen, take a step back,
Pay attention.
So, and Godzilla is just the force that's saying, hey, enough is enough, and I'm just ready to stop this.
I'm going to destroy your weapons. I'm going to destroy your polluting factories. I'm going to. He's just, and also, unfortunately, a lot of people die, but they're dying anyway. Like it's sort of that weird thing. You guys are killing each other. So,
and if you stop it, he'll go away. He'll go back into the ocean, and just exactly. So
yeah.
Yeah, but I just think it looks really impressive, and I mean they show a lot of destruction in this trailer.
It looks really good,
and it looks looks very photorealistic.
It looks pretty flawless.
Coming up with the blue, have they done that before? I mean, I've seen
sometimes glow blue, but I don't think I've ever seen them switchblade like that. Like that
was awesome.
Yeah,
you think you've seen it all? They keep coming up with new stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
But this looks really great. Like you said, it looks like it has great production value. It looks like a lot of really great Godzilla moments. I love just the long moment of him just roaring in the trailer.
The sound.
Long scene of him just like, rah, and it's just like just gives me chills. He's so good. He's so good.
I know. You have to have that sound effect.
God,
that sound effect was right on. Yeah, it was right on. So seeing that on the big screen, because honestly, I haven't most of the Godzilla movies in my lifetime. I see them on television. I don't see them too much on the big screen. Maybe I think I saw the Gareth Edwards one, but that's it.
Yeah.
So this will be another one though. I'm going to see this one,
and it's Japanese. It's the real thing.
Yeah, the Japanese production. I think they just seem to understand the gigantic, epic proportions of the kaiju idea. The giantness and the power and the intensity of it. I think it comes from so much
it's their
so
baby.
Much real like the dynamics of anime and their action films that they make. Japanese productions are so good at that dynamics, and we see cool versions of it. They do a certain kind of American style dynamics, of course, but I think with the Japanese stuff, there's something about it that I just feel like it gets it more at the core of what Godzilla is.
Yeah,
it's their thing. It just feels like it's their thing.
Their invention.
like the Roland Emmerich one, going back to that one from '97.
Yeah.
I mean, Godzilla was the size of, size of a skyscraper, but then he could fit into the Madison Square Garden,
Right.
which, it's 1/10 the size. It was just all over the place with the size of the monster. They didn't quite get it, So this one just looks massive, big, and just chomping on train cars.
Just walking through the city, he's destroying it. Like, whoops, I knocked into a building. There it goes.
There's one shot where his tail sweeps across and you see these buildings flying into the frame like that, and people trying to run away. It's just chaos. And
I know he's kind of like, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the ocean stuff too, when he's chasing the ship and you see the spines out of the water, and they're like panicking, they're firing, like they're like a pea shooter at this giant rhinoceros that's chasing them.
This thing can go a lot faster than our boat. So
it'll be interesting to see. We have the series from Apple coming out called Monarch.
Yeah.
That's going to be like a universe of Godzilla. It's based on the latest film. I think was it 2019, 17, 19. And then this, which is, from where the motherland, where it's born, where Godzilla was born. And then, so we're going to have this great comparison. I love the idea of it that this Godzilla still persists in becoming films and TV shows, and that's how like powerful this brand is.
Well, and you can do different versions of it, like Shin Godzilla, as Burk mentioned. We had a lot of like modern political, like how do governments handle this thing, which is very interesting take. And here it looks like it's sort of there's stuff like that in this movie. Like what's the realistic approach to handling something like this? Which I think is interesting too. It's not just about a couple of characters. How do we deal with this as a government? And
it looks like we get to know some people and some relationships between the people and the characters, and that's important. That's something I mentioned always when we talk about the Godzilla movies, that there's people who complain that there's not enough monster stuff, and it's like, that's the monster stuff is great and all that, but you don't want a film that is just 100% monster stuff.
Then it's just a video game. Like you want to hold back a little bit. That's why Jaws was so good. You're holding back so when you see the monster, it's optimum.
Sometimes less is more. Sometimes
and you don't care about anything if you don't know anybody in it. If you don't care about
a good
people.
Point. That's a very good point. Now look at these posters. Like here's one of the posters. All right. I love this. The light coming through the spines is gorgeous. Like you know exactly what this is. Yeah. And then we have this other poster, and I'm like, you see Godzilla, he looks amazing, but the other one's way cooler. Like you're almost seeing too much, even though I love seeing him, and it's cool. This is the IMAX poster.
That looks like kind of a model kit.
Yeah, it just looks a little too, and that's what happens when you show too much Godzilla. Is it just looks a little too modeled, like you said. But we see this.
It's iconic.
That looks like you're sort of standing, going, what is that?
I love the kind of calm before the storm. Like, you're really close to Godzilla.
What you see as you're running.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So Godzilla Minus One coming November 29th and to select the theaters, and then December 1st nationwide in the US. Right. So I hope it does really well here. Be great.
Everybody go see Godzilla.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, sure. And we'll do I think we'll do a Cinemondo field trip. So
that'd be fun.
Look forward to that. Okay, everybody. Bye. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.